Vinay Singh, founder and owner of Vinay Singh and Associates, is joining us to take all your tax questions. Vinay, thanks very much for making the time for our viewers. Okay, let's start with the first caller. We've got Mr. Mathur, who's made some capital gains and wants to know how to deploy them to save taxes. Go ahead, Mr. Mathur. What's your exact question?
Yeah, good evening, Disha. Query relates to capital gains. You see, I bought a property in 1959. It off in December 2011, underline December 2011. Now, you see, after providing for a new purchase and also taking the indexation benefit, I'm left with a capital gain of about 70 lakhs. I've already invested 35 lakhs in March in infrastructure bonds. Now, is it possible that now that I'm in a new financial year, and within 6 months from the date of sale of the property, can I invest the remaining entire 35 lakhs into infrastructure bonds, or is that 50 lakhs limit meant for one full deal?
Okay, very good question. Vinay, what do you think? I mean, can it be spread over 2 financial years, and the amount that he's talking about, can all of that be deployed in the current financial year?
Absolutely. See, the limit of 50 lakhs applies to each financial year. It's not related to the deal. So he can definitely put 50 lakhs in, say, financial year 11-12, and then go ahead and put another 50, up to 50 lakhs in financial year 12-13. So there's absolutely no problem so long as you watch that time limit of 6 months.
Okay, so within 6 months, and from the sound of it, I think you don't have too many months left, so just go ahead and invest that money, sir. Okay, we've got Ayush Koital joining us from Bangalore on the phone line. Hi, go ahead, Ayush. How can we help you?
Hi, my question is related to tax implications on the sale of an apartment. The questions are, is the taxable amount calculated by subtracting the selling price from the buying price, or is there any deduction towards interest taken for the loan? Second question is, how is the applicable tax rate calculated? The third question is, if the profit from the sale is reinvested in property or shares, is the tax still applicable? 4, can the profit from the sale be adjusted against another home loan or a loss in an investment like shares? And finally, 5, what is the period within which the tax has to be paid?
Oh my God, that's a long list. Vinay, I'm not even going to attempt to ask you. You might just start taking 1, 2, 3, 4. But very, very well specified. You know, very crisp questions.
Yeah, absolutely. First of all, as far as the capital gains is concerned, yes, it is sale price minus your cost, but the cost can be indexed if it's a long-term asset, which means that in case of a house, you have held it for, say, 3 years at least. So if you've held it for 36 months, then it's a long-term gain and you will be allowed indexation. Now, for example, if you have purchased something prior to 1481, then your indexation would be almost 7.85 times, nearly 8 times. So that answers your first question. The tax on long-term capital gains for a house the rate is 20%. So that answers your second question. Long-term capital gains for a residential house can be set off against other gains, such as, for example, you have gains from sale of equity shares where STT has not been paid. If you paid STT, you cannot set this off. Now, as far as interest is concerned, you are not allowed to set that off against your gains in any manner, because for home loan interest, you are already getting a deduction when you file your returns, and you claim it under income from house property. So under capital gains, the interest portion is not allowed. As far as the tax payment is concerned on capital gains, you have to watch when the next the advance tax installment comes up. Typically for an individual, the installments are 15 September, 15 December and 15 March. So if you have sold something, say, prior to, say, in the month of December, say 10th December, then by 15 December you should pay up all your tax. If you paid something, say, on 10th of March, then you can pay off everything by 15th March. And if not by 15th March, then before the end of the financial year, which is 31st March, you should definitely pay off the tax.
Wow, Ayush, crisp questions and even crisper answers by Vinay. Next up, Kapil Banerjee joins us from Kolkata on the phone line. Hi Kapil, go ahead, shoot your question. Kapil, can you hear me? Go ahead. What's your question?
Hello?
Hi, we can hear you. Kapil, we can hear you. What's the question?
Okay, I was just listening to the other caller. I thought, it's still on the line. I'm sorry.
No problem. Go ahead.
I've got a little bigger question, than I initially sent. I've got a question on the house loan. I've got a question on the house itself. Can I ask both the questions, or this is only in the context of the tax I should ask right now?
I think in the context of tax, because you will appreciate that our experts need to prepare your answers. That's why we give you such good answers.
All right, wait. I'll only ask the tax-related question right now and probably apply for, the other questions later on the show. Okay, the facts are, I've purchased a duplex house here in Kolkata, and I'm a salaried employee getting something close to 22 lakh rupees. I've got a house in Delhi. The outstanding loan on that house is around 100,000 rupees. For the financial year 2012 and 13, the principal amount is going to be close to 40,000 and interest 20,000 rupees. This house is used by my parents for living. So this is house number A. I've got the other house which I've recently purchased here in Kolkata, which is a higher in terms of the loan amount. It's 50 lakhs rupees I've taken loan for financial year 2012 and 13. Principal amount is going to be 100,000 rupees, but the interest is going to be something like 525,000 rupees. I'm planning to move into this house and use it for self-occupation. My question is what should I do, to get the maximum tax advantage under the Income Tax Act? And will it make any sense if I pay off the first loan on the house which is situated in Delhi? And also, if I am showing house A as self-occupied, which is in Delhi, will it create any problem because my place of work is actually Kolkata?
Wow, okay. First of all, two houses, can they be shown as self-occupied? And of course, his other questions, Vinay.
Kapil, you cannot show two houses as self-occupied. You will have to choose between these two houses. And your decision should be based on these factors. Whichever one you choose as self-occupied would be allowed free to you. And you will be allowed interest up to home loan interest that you've paid up to 1,50,000 rupees. The other house would be treated as deemed let out property, which means that you have to offer it to tax in terms of notional rent, the rent that it can fetch in the market. Now, obviously, let's look at both the issues. If you were to take your Delhi house, offer that as a deemed let out property, then your interest that you pay will be fully allowed without any limit. But that interest is not very significant. And if that happens and your Calcutta house is treated as self-occupied, where you're going to be paying a substantial amount of interest, you will find that that has got restricted to 1.5 lakhs. So it makes a lot of sense for you to take the Delhi house as self-occupied and treat the Calcutta house as deemed let out, so that the entire interest that you pay can be claimed by you against other income such as salary or even interest income or business income. So this should be your strategy going ahead. I'm not very concerned about the principal repayment because the limit of 1 lakh gets pretty quickly exhausted with other things like insurance and provident fund and things like that. So interest is the main thing that you should be looking at, and this would be my advice to you.
Vinay, very well put. So you can't claim self-occupied status on two houses. That's one clarity. And of course, in that interest deduction, there are just so many other investments that you can look at. Thanks very much, Vinay, for being with us and taking all of your questions, and hope to see more of you on the channel here.
Thanks.